Hey, what's up, everyone? Let's be real. How many times have you heard the phrase, man up, or stop move like your gal, or even the latest one, all up your stress when a man expresses his feelings? We have seen it all. Men refusing to cry at funerals, holding in their stress, and dealing with struggles alone. But what's the real cost to this mindset? Why is it that in Jamaican culture, showing emotions is often seen as a sign of weakness? Is it just tradition? Or are we setting up our men for failure when it comes to emotional health and relationship? Hey guys, welcome to Cadence Talk Show. If you are new to Cadence Talk Show, I want you to stop what you're doing, hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell so that when we post our next video, you'll be the first to know about it. All my returning subscribers, thank you for the love that you have been showing to Cadence Talk Show. Remember to like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about Cadence Talk Show. Stay tuned. On Cadence Talk Show, we are diving deep into this topic, Jamaican men and emotional expression. We will talk about why many of our men feel pressured to hide their feelings, what society teaches about masculinity, and whether things are starting to change. And guess what? I've asked both women and men their thoughts on this, and their responses might just surprise you. So stick around. Let's be honest. Jamaican culture is built on strength, resilience, and pride. From music to everyday life, we celebrate the idea of the strong man. But somewhere along the line, emotions get labeled as soft, as if feeling something automatically makes you weak. Boys are raised hearing things like, stop cry before me give you something for cry for. Real man no cry. Ya move like ya gal, man up. The message is clear. Suppress, don't express. But does this make the problem disappear? No, it doesn't make the problem disappear. It just turned into anger, frustration, and even worse, emotional shutdown. Now, I ask some men and women, do they think the Jamaican culture pressure our men to hide their feelings? And does society encourage our males to become emotionally unavailable? The responses were sent to me via text message, so I will be reading those responses. So I'll start with the responses from our male, and then I'll read the responses from our female. So the first response states, boy, from your little, you learn say feelings are waste of time. Nobody no want to hear your stress. So you know hear the female them say you have to hold up your stress. Them no want to deal with your stress. And for sure your stress, that is a girl move. Cause man not too bally and talk them feelings like them a gal. Another response stated, from a young age, boys may be socialized to avoid showing emotions. Phrases like man up or don't cry reinforce the idea that expressing feelings is unmanly, leading to a cycle where emotional expression is discouraged. Somebody else stated, oftentimes a fear of being judged or ridiculed by peers and society for being open about emotions. This can create a reluctance to share feelings, as men may worry about being perceived as weak or less masculine. I think too that Jamaican culture overvalues stoicism and strength, particularly in men. This is rooted in traditional gender role that associate masculinity with toughness, resilience, and emotional restraint. And for example, I am not what our culture would classify as a manly man, because I'm not rough and tough, which over times allow me, and I can say others too, to walk in fear. And our final response from our male states, the Jamaican culture definitely pressure men to hide their feelings. There is certain level of stoicism that is expected from men when they are going through stressful or traumatic period. Any expression of sadness or being overwhelmed is initially met with "John no brother, I just saw it go." And if you continue to express those feelings, you might even be met with "Why ya act like a gal or gal picking?" This repression is not only seen with negative emotions. Feelings like joy or happiness are also expected to be muted in their expression for fear that you are perceived being too childlike or even considered effeminate. The one feeling that is most tolerated and even expected is anger. The only time that it is expected to be restrained is when it's shown against young children, the elderly, or women. The reason why this is done, though, depends on who is encouraging the men to hide their feelings. Some persons want to hide their feelings because they don't wish to have to deal with them, or others to be better able to manipulate them, and some because they believe that men express their feeling publicly is provide person with ammunition to use against them at a later point. Now I'm moving on to the responses from our female, but I just give you a few seconds to digest what our males have just shared. So the first response from a female perspective, yes, it's like men are trained to act tough, but when they get into relationships, they don't know how to communicate. Another female state, yes, the Jamaican society praise men who do not show emotions, but the thing is, those who do not show emotion usually don't know how to access those emotions and lack emotion processing skills. Interesting. Someone else states that, yes, I do believe Jamaican culture pressure men into hiding their feelings. This is done in different ways from generation to generation, but the underlying effects are still the same. Traditionally, men were perceived to be silent type that don't even defend their perspective or view on what matters, because if they did, they were seen as a mama man or sissy. The narrative would have extended itself beyond domestic level and became evident in all spheres of life. And we see it follow men into classroom, at work, and generally throughout their lives. Another response states, unfortunately, emotional expression is often seen as a sign of weakness in men. This can lead to men feeling uncomfortable expressing their emotions or being open about their feelings. Men may feel pressure to suppress their emotions, to conform to those norms, or even if they want to vent or express how they feel, they won't do it because of the stigma that is surrounded by it. Okay, so I'll be reading the final response. The old gender role thing kind of lead men towards suppressing emotions, and some of them have a fear of being seen as weak. Especially in this generation, females tend to depend on men too much and expect them to be like some robot, always come through and ensuring that they are okay, but the females never really come through for the males. And yes, that response came from a female. Now, do you agree that our Jamaican culture pressure men to hide their feelings? And does society really encourage our males to become emotionally unavailable? What do you think? Leave your thought in the comment. So clearly, this isn't just a personal issue, it's a cultural one. The effect of this mindset is real. Many men grow up emotionally guarded, unable to express love or even sadness. This spill over into relationship, and females believe their men are distant or cold. On a bigger level, it affects mental health. Did you know that we have more males committing suicide than female? You know why? Depression and stress go unchecked because our males don't feel safe expressing their struggles. Some turn to substance, some turn to aggression, and guess what? Others just shut down completely. But why should emotion be a gender thing? Women are allowed to cry and vent, but when a man does, he is weak. That makes sense? The good news is, this mindset, even though we are not 100% there, it is shifting. Men are openly talking about mental health. And guess what? Females are now demanding emotional available partners. So my question is, how do we break this cycle? How do we create a culture where men feel safe in expressing themselves? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it. If you found this discussion interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bless up yourself.